Sheviit, Perek Mishnah Daled, fourth Mishnah in the fifth chapter of Sheviit. We're talking about luf. Luf is aram. If you want to know what luf is, look at the last Mishnah, Perek Mishnah Gimel. It says in Mishnah, we learned before, luf can last in the ground for a number of years. Okay, so therefore I could have a situation where I have luf of kedushat Sheviit of Sheviit that grew in Sheviit in the 8th year. I can also have a case of luf that grew in the 6th year and now I want to eat it in the 7th year. So then the problem is that when I try to harvest it, it could very well be that I'm looking at that it looks like I'm harvesting vegetation that is really mutar, but it looks like it's prohibited. So it says the Mishnah, luf shel erev Sheviit. If I have luf that grew in the 6th year, shenichnas Sheviit, but I left it in the ground and it's still connected to the ground on Sheviit. V'chein betzalim hakeitzoniyim. It's on the summer onions from kites. Okay, onions of the summer. Same thing happened. It grew in the 6th year and I left it in the ground. V'chein pu'ah shel idit. Pu'ah. What is pu'ah? Pu'ah is a certain plant. The English translation translates it as pu'ah. Let's see if I can find what the Kahati says. So all he says is it's some kind of plant that they grow from it, tsava adom, some kind of red dye. So then all these plants they grew, they remain in the ground from the 6th year to the 7th year. Beit Shammai omri, Beit Shammai says, okrin otam be'ma'arupot shel etz. You uproot it with wooden rakes. Why? Because when people will see you doing it with a wooden rake, then they'll know that you're doing it with a shinui. Okay? The Bartenura says, "B'mara shechofrim bo et hakarka." Ma'arupot is some kind of rake that you dig the ground. Shel etz v'shelo shel barzel. It's of wood and not of barzel, of iron or of metal. Shelo yira'eh ke'oved haaretz. Because it won't look like. Remember, there's an issue of maritime. It won't look like you are working the ground. Beit Hillel says, "B'kardumo shel matachot." It's not a problem. You can use matechet. You're not worried about it. Not worried about people concerned that they're going to think that you are working the ground. Umodim bepu'ah shel tzilaot. There's this pu'ah plant that grew shel tzilaot. Tzilaot are, if you look at the Bartenura, it says tzilaot. They grow in the rocky areas. Pu'ah gdela bein haslaim. It grows in the rocky areas. Okay. So therefore, it grows in these areas between the rocks. So therefore, nobody's going to think, the Bartenura says, that you're planting there, or that you're working the field there, because nobody grows there, because nothing really grows, only this pu'ah. So therefore, the Modim Beit Shammai agrees that in this pu'ah tzilaot, that she'okrin ota bekardumot shel matachot. That in this case, you're allowed to uproot it with kardumot shel matachot, with with metal spades, and there's no there's no concern of marit ha'ayin. Because in that case, everybody knows that you're only doing it in order to uproot, in order to harvest the plants that grew during the 6th year. We will stop here. A very short Mishnah. If you have any comments or questions, rspolter@gmail.com is my email address. I'll dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.